Has been.
Welcome to the Worldly Wise podcast, y'all. I'm trying to stay consistent, y'all. I got a lot of leisure time on my hands, so I try to be prolific. I got an album coming out called Worldly Wise. You too old to be rapping. But anyway, today's topic, I'm gonna be concise. I ain't gonna be long-winded. Today's topic is has been. My mother and father from Honduras. I'm very grateful of God giving them the grace, the energy to be vigorous, their endeavors, their grueling efforts, very strenuous. You know, if it wasn't for God and my parents' efforts, y'all, I probably wouldn't be right here doing this podcast. You know what I'm saying? So, I cannot be no has-been. Has-been is always on my mind, just like complacency. I'm grateful for the moment, momentarily, but I'm not complacent. One of the reasons why I'm not complacent is because, like I said, my mother and father, my family, majority of my family are from Honduras, New York, Boston, California. My mother, every now and then she'll tell me, you know, we came to America with a broken English. My mother is very inspirational, cosmetologist, teacher. She's starting to get wise now, you know what I'm saying? She's starting to understand the difference between sophistication, intellectualism, education. It's a difference with wisdom. You can't go to a university and get wisdom. So I'm not a has-been when it comes to not just financially, but mentally. I'm willing to learn. I'm very studious. You know, I can't be no has-been with stepping up my game, elevating, push the envelope. Grateful for the moment, but not complacent. I kind of ingrained that in my girlfriend. You know, everybody ambition, everybody desire, aspirations, drive, powerhouse, knowledge. Everybody is levels. You know what I'm saying? So your ambition might be way higher than mine. You know what I'm saying? Your drive might be higher than mine. That's why unity and diversity is so important, y'all. You know, we feed off each other. Iron sharpen iron. You know, we sharpen each other energy-wise, reassure one another, reinforce one another. That's why we gotta be a conglomeration, y'all. A mafia, a union. Maybe I think like this because through my gig, I travel the world, y'all. I've been all over the world. Through the grace of God, I'm very appreciative for the experience. It makes you think bigger, dream bigger. It makes you want to be more of a unifier. I've been a unifier before the traveling experiences, but the more you travel, the more you realize you ain't seen nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't did nothing. You ain't experienced nothing. I look at more money as a new experience. Some people got the money to travel, but they ain't got the time. Some people got the time, but they ain't got the travel. They ain't got the money. I mean, you know. So if you're not trying to get a new experience, you a has-been. When it comes to your status, exploring, financially, mentally, physically, spiritually, like a real enemy don't want you to increase. A real enemy don't have to bring bodily harm to you or murder you. Murder is premeditated, killing in self-defense. Like I said, I'm sophisticated. I'm Mr. Worldly Wise, Mr. No Age. But a real enemy, a real adversary, they don't want you to step it up. They want you, bitch, stay right there, bitch. Bitch, stay right there, bitch. You heard me? They don't want you to elevate, take it to new levels. They want you to be a has-been. A has-been cannot elevate. They're content. They're complacent. They don't want to step it up. They don't want to reach new heights. You know what I mean? They don't want to broaden their horizons and see another country or continent or state. You know what I mean? They has been. They don't want to learn a different language, a different culture, food. You know what I mean? People. There's a lot of interesting people out here, not just me. He's self-aggrandizing. But I'm not the only one that's intriguing, y'all. Let's not be no has-been, y'all. If you want to get another house, let's get another house, baby. Baby, let's get another house, baby. Let's go take a vacation, baby. We can rent out the house, baby. We can get another experience, baby. We could come back more hungry and more humble. You know? Let's get another vehicle. The kids gonna need a vehicle when they get older, or they want a vehicle now. Already. And they don't even have their driver's license. You better bingo like we used to do. Bingo, bingo, bingo. You know, my drive, I can't be no has-been. Because, like I said, my mother and father came to America with a broken English and did real good for themselves. We had neighbors competing with us. Yeah. Like them foreign people, them outlandish people. But you know, back in the days, where I'm from, them houses was cheap. That's either I'm getting old or time is changing. Inflation, the economy. You know, back in the days where I'm from, you know, houses was going for 50,000, and it was like the suburbs almost, New Orleans East. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Nas say in one of his rap, time passing, you the same person, nothing stay the same. From prices, from locations, from human beings. Some people change for the worse, some people change for the better. All due time. Being a has-been is being overly satisfied for what you accomplish, overly satisfied for what you've seen, what you've done, what you participated in, what you learned. You never stop learning. The more you know, the more you don't know. Those who know don't really talk. Those who talk really don't know. It's a time to be preachy. It's a time to be teaching. It's a time to be, you know, a student. A time to be a teacher. It's a time to be a listener. It's time to be a spokesman, spokeswoman. You know what I'm saying? It's a time to be emotional. You know, self-control is wisdom. Wisdom is self-control. Commitment is wisdom. Wisdom is commitment. Compassionate is wisdom. Wisdom is compassionate. Self-control is wisdom. Wisdom is self-control. Control your emotions. Don't be sappy. Don't be overly touchy. Don't take nothing personal. Like the 4 Agreements. You ain't even gotta read that book. If you're not a bookworm, you don't read copiously. Just know the 4 Agreements. You know what I'm saying? Never take nothing personal. Be impeccable with your words. Do your best. And don't assume. There's a 5th one too. Verbatim, I'm not going to get it right. But it's something like, listen, but be selective to who you listen to. That's why we got 2 ears and 1 mouth. You got some old follies out here. You got some old buffoons out here. But if you want to cross somebody like Recluse, you might want to listen. Because I'm going to listen. It bothers certain people. Like, the podcast, like, I'm not really a gregarious person. God gave me the gift of gab. I speak with eloquence. I'm very charismatic. My pronunciation is decent. My delivery, my articulation, clarification. You know, I can speak a little proper too. I have a down south accent, so sometimes we mumble, you know, but when I get around people, I'm quiet. I'm reserved. I'm an ambivert. What's ambivert? Ambivert is when you're introverted and you're extroverted. You're both. By me being an artist, I have a lot to say, like Kevin Gates, but in real life, I'm tranquil. I'm quiet. I'm a single male, you know? I don't need no attention. I get a lot of attention, and I detest that. I can't help the way God created me. Not just my outer appearance, but my personality, my individuality, originality, how singular I am, my uniqueness, you know, my demeanor, my conduct, my behavior, me being Spanish, being different, you know, strange a little bit. You know, that's what foreign means. Foreign means strange as well, you know, outlandish, you know. But I don't need no attention. People will try to gaslight me like I was an alpha male. I had to do my research. I'm a sigma male. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sigma male. Alpha, then it comes sigma, then it comes beta. Then anything start from beta, gamma, delta, that's another story. But being a has-been with researching, doing your cultivating, you know what I mean? Study, learn some new shit. It's not all about that money, y'all. If you got money with no character, that money gonna run out. If you got money with no character, you bland. If you got money with no character, somebody will steal your girl. If you got money with no character, somebody will steal your man. With no distinctive character. I'm gonna conclude it there. I kind of derailed off the topic. A has-been. Basically, a has-been. You can't step it up. You can't go no further. There's no limit. There's no age. Y'all gave up, relinquished, and totally oblivious of it. But we're gonna bounce back. I'm here for y'all. I'm a leader. I'm a spearhead. There's not be no has-been, y'all. We can step it up, y'all. We can get another house. We can get a studio. We can get some equipment, get our own clothing line. We can get another place in another country, another state. We can travel more. Let's not be no has-been, y'all. We can have more kids. We can afford the kids. But hey, honey, can we procreate one more time? Cause we not has-beens, baby. And God not gonna put us through nothing we can't handle. Can we procreate one more time, baby? Let's not be no has-been. I'm gonna conclude it right there, y'all. Whew, this was healthy, y'all. I ain't gonna lie.